very windy day. Huge waves out on Lake Ontario. And it's windy here at Otisco, but this is a smaller lake. It's not too bad. We got a little bit wet when we were around the middle coming through the causeway, but it's kind of nice now. We're going to be okay. And I cast the lure one time using this little 3-inch swim bait. Cast it once and I caught a fish. And he got off, but I had him on for a moment. So I think this is going to be okay. Life is good. Jamie got the first fish that's worth tossing in the boat. Nice. Show it to the camera there.
Number one, baby. Number one.
I've got a little bass. He's jumping out of the water. Oh! He's angry.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh, Jamie's got a big old crappie. Unbelievable. He's got a huge crappie. And I have a black bass. Look at that crappie. Oh, that is so going home to eat. Good Lord Almighty. Way to go, Jamie.
Yeah, boy. That's how we do here on Otisco Lake.
Now, we just caught those two beautiful fish. On my first cast, I just picked up the wrong rod by accident, and it has this little trout magnet on it. And on the first cast with this trout magnet, I caught this little fish. All right. And two casts later, I caught this guy. On this little tiny little, I'm going to switch back to the swim bait, but these guys are fun to catch with. Trout magnet. Old Faithful. Now I'm going to go back to that swim bait. I keep saying it, but every cast I catch a fish. And this cast I had 3 strikes before he actually hooked it. There's some big fish down in here. I'm going to get one here momentarily. Now this crappie is not as big. It's probably not legal, but it's a nice crappie. Yep. Yeah, they have to be 9 inches, and I don't believe it is. These crappie are everywhere, right under the boat. I'm going to be jigging for a little bit here to catch them, but they're right under the boat. Holy Toledo. Jamie caught another slab crappie. Jamie caught another very nice crappie, and that one is 10 inches long. He's long enough to keep.
They're right here within 8 foot of the boat.
Those beautiful fish down there. Jamie cannot stop catching these beautiful crappie. Huge fish just jumped. Did you hear it? Huge fish jumped out there on the water. Yeah, it's getting good. Way to go, Jamie. Jamie's getting all smirky over there. He's so smug. That's a nice one. That's a beautiful fish. That's a nice crappie. A little too small, but boy, is that a beauty. Way to go, Jamie.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Yeah, they're starting to come in to get some food is what's happening. So we're catching them now all of a sudden, one after the other. He was swimming about when I caught him. He wasn't lounging on the bottom, were you? You're a beautiful fish. Okay, let's go do this. I'm gonna need another. He just destroyed my lure. Good for him. Yeah, Jamie's really getting to be obnoxious here. Oh, nice fish. He almost lost it.
That little, look it.
He broke it off, didn't he? Get it out of his mouth.
I don't think it's in his mouth.
It may be laying in the boat somewhere. There it is. I see it. Yeah. Let me see this. Oh, that's a nice bass there, Jamie. That's a beautiful. We're catching lots of smallmouth. We like to keep track of the species we've caught. So now we've caught a rock bass. We've caught smallmouth, rock bass, bluegills, and a bunch of nice crappie. Caught them on this swim bait. When the swim bait got beat up, I cut a big chunk off the end so I could rehook it and get a little more life out of it. Made it about a half an inch shorter. Okay, let's go. Oh my, the very next cast after catching that nice rock bass, I caught this crappie. Doing the same thing, jigging it right down on the bottom of the water. It's a nice fish. I think I'm gonna throw him back, but look at him, he's just beautiful. Yeah. Okay, we're having a good day. It's official. Oh, that's another nice crappie. Yep, that one's got to be 10 inches. Look at that beautiful fish. Yep, that's what it's all about.
Today's crappie day.
Today's crappie day. We didn't know there were crappie in this lake. We came here, we fished with great success, caught an abundance of fish and species, but we never caught a single crappie. And today, all we're catching is crappie. So strange. Holy Toledo. He's at it again. Next cast, he caught another beautiful fish. This is a smaller one, but it's quite beautiful. Way to go, Jamie. Boy, you're just killing it today, James. Killing it. Jamie's catching fish faster than he can imagine. Didn't even know he had this one. Yep, that's a dandy there. You see how big it is?
I don't think
it's not quite 9 inches, but it's a dandy. Beautiful fish. Bye, fishy. These are the lures we're using. This was a 3-inch swim bait. And every time it got chewed up, I cut a little bit of it off. So it's smaller than it was. That's a 1/16 ounce jig. This is a 1/16 ounce jig on a swim bait. But it's not a paddle tail. And that's completely chewed up, as you can see. And this is a colorful little drop magnet. These come in a variety of colors. I think any of them would work right now. And we're being very successful with all of them. We've caught a bunch of crappie, several bass, and a couple of bluegills, even a rock bass. Oh, that's a nice one, yep. Toss them in there, bud.
Oh, I just hooked my...
Well, I'm no Jamie Rebon. Jamie Rebon. His name is not easy for me. He's catching all the fish. This is an ongoing theme. I don't mind. Well, I like to see him catch fish. Caught another small fish, but at least it's a crappie. And I caught him on the very next cast. It may be that it's getting to be that time of day when you catch a lot of fish. I wasn't paying attention, and my pole caught a nice fish. I can't say as how I caught it because I didn't. The pole did. All right, off you go. Bye-bye. I set my pole down, and it went nuts. I weren't paying attention. And I caught this beautiful fish. That is a nice fish. Yes, indeed. Sometimes you look the other way and things work out good. how big that bass is. He's huge, huge. That's the tiniest bass ever. But they're so beautiful and so perfect when they're like that. Absolutely without blemish. Beautiful fish. There's so many of them in this lake, and they all grow up big. If they don't get eaten by a hawk or an eagle or a great blue heron, they get big. They're still biting. Not like they were. For some reason, there's a little bit of a lull, but that's a beautiful fish. And I'm very pleased to have caught him. What I'm doing now is jigging on the very bottom of the water, right underneath the boat. This swim bait, he just came and took it. I actually had the pole just laying on the boat. Started jumping around, and there was a beautiful fish. So that works too. This is a Zoom swim bait on a 1/16 ounce jig. It worked. Jamie got a big one. That might be 9 inches. Oh, that's pretty. It's not quite 9 inches, but it's a pretty fish. It's just over 9 inches. Okay, we got a bunch of fish for me to clean tonight. We did keep a few fish. This is a nice big one. And these are all legal size. More than 9 inches, close to 10. Nice, good, and sharp, and ready to get them cleaned up.